Bonjour Year 5 and welcome to our week 4 of French. Well, I think that says it all. Excellent. I was so impressed with the work that came in last week. What an amazing year group you are. You have clearly paid attention and I have no words. Absolutely fantastic. And if you haven't done the work yet and would like to, this is what I'm talking about. Last week's lesson taught you how to write some quite incredible descriptions of the work of the room. Yeah, great job, well done. So I thought we'd take our foot off the gas in terms of writing this week, and I thought we would do a language nut lesson. So we are going to practice the vocabulary that you have learned so far this term and actually a little bit of last term. So I would like you please to use Google Chrome if you can. Now, it might be at home you're okay. Explorer definitely doesn't work. Edge is okay, but Google Chrome always works. Please search LanguageNut. I will give you the link on the School DB Primary as well, but you've got to remember to look for that English GB option. Your logins, your passwords and usernames are in your planners on page 2. We glued them in at the beginning of term. If you do not have your login, then you need to email me. But please can I just highlight to you the following, that you need to use your username and not your name. I have your usernames on there because, so I have your names on there so that I can distribute them, but your username is usually something that is your first name and your initial. It's not case sensitive Year 5, but it doesn't like spaces and it doesn't like full stops. So you do not need to do that. Now this is an example from a Year 3 class. He's a well-known student. Obviously you've met him in school. I think most of your passwords involve animals, but it's an animal and a number. If you are recently you've recently joined, and there's a few of you in Year 5 that have recently joined, email me. My email address is on the DB website, just on the Year 5 page today, and you can then get a login and I'll set you up. It's really straightforward. So when you log in, you will press the French button and this is where you will arrive. This is the home screen. Now, the home screen is always located by having pressing the blue button there. And we are today going to use Vocab Trainer. So if you click on Vocab Trainer, there it is. Okay, we click on Vocab Trainer and then we will arrive here, and this is actually the page we're going to use today, and we are going to click on number 3. There it is, where I live, and if you click on that you arrive here. And today we are going to be looking at 3 sections. We're going to be doing in my bedroom, which is furniture in your bedroom, in the living room, which is furniture and activities, and my house. So if I just show you the 3 sets of vocabulary you are going to be practicing, they're not everything we have done in class, and there are some new ones. Okay, you have got at the top, we're on the Learn page, which just shows you the vocabulary. Then we have got practice and games, okay, and that is where you can practice all of the reading, the writing, the speaking and the listening, and that gives you points. And I know some of you are interested in points. If you want medals, you need to click on the test. The only difference between practice and games and the test area is that you can have access to hints and it will remind you of the vocabulary and the spelling, whereas the test is you don't get any help, and once you have done the test you are able to have a medal. You can repeat medals, but I don't think they allocate them to your score. So this is in my bedroom. This is fairly straightforward. We have got in the living room. Some of this vocabulary is familiar and some of it is new. You've also got some longer phrases about what you do in the living room. So you'll have to learn those, okay, and practice those. And finally, we've got in my house. Now, the vocabulary here is all familiar, but I just need to point out that whereas we learn une and un, LanguageNet is using the la and the le format. So that is using the word the as opposed to a. Now you know year 5 because you are well versed in this that la is your une and feminine, whereas le comes from are and masculine. So you are going to need to remember that. Okay, and then you have got at the bottom 3 longer phrases, but I'm sure you can cope with those. So when you go into either the practice or the test areas, you can do any one of these 4 skills. So obviously, we all know the reading is the more straightforward one. Listening, writing, and speaking are all doable, and I would like to be able to see that you've had an attempt at those. My home learners, if you are at home doing this, you can do all of those so long as you have got access to a microphone. However, if you are one of my key worker children in school, you can definitely do the reading and the writing. It will depend on how quiet you can work on and if you have access to listening, whether you can do it quietly, because obviously you have to do it without headphones at the moment. Speaking is not possible because we do not have microphones in school. The only last and final little piece of information I want to give you is when you go into the writing activities, you always start off with the keyboard that I'm circling at the top now. However, if you need to access accents, if you click on the button that's marked 1, 2, 3 AEC, it will put you onto the second keyboard, and that is where you will find all your accents. And then obviously you can touch ABC to return back to keyboard 1. So year 5, short and sweet this morning, just to give you the heads up. If you need to email me to get your login, please do. Otherwise, enjoy. And I look forward to seeing lots of you trying to do the writing and the speaking as well as the reading and listening. I will be much happier with a variety of skills as opposed to you being experts in just reading. Au revoir. See you next week.